What it made me realize, and I already was self-aware enough to know it, but like I know nothing about politics. Zero. Could not tell you why everyone in the world is fighting and arguing, why fucking Labor's in power now, not Liberal. And I don't even know who the fuck the Liberal leader is now, to be honest. And listening to someone like that who really knows about geopolitics, what's happening in the world, like he's at the top of one of the biggest investment banks in the world. I just sat there and I was like, how can I have an opinion on any of this shit when I'm like, my opinion would be based on an uneducated view of fucking 30-second clips I say on TikTok and Instagram. So like, I just really try and stay in my lane on what I know. And it's like, I know nothing about politics. I could not tell you what's going to happen in 3 to 5 years, nor do I care. What I would be confident in saying is, do I think real estate today is going to be less expensive than it will be in 30 years' time? And I would say what history has shown us, regardless if you go back 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, I'm sure you guys have read Changing World Order by Ray Dalio or, one of his books. It's like there's good times, there's bad times, there's indifferent times, but eventually, regardless if we're on a fiat monetary system or they come up with some fucking other thing it all goes the same way. And it's like it eventually becomes more expensive because it's scarce. Like there is a scarce amount of land in any city in Australia close to the water. And there is always going to be wealthy people who can afford to pay it, regardless of what's happening in the world, right? So if you buy in a good area, and as long as you fucking can afford to make your mortgage repayments, regardless of what's happening in the economy, everything should be all right. So that's all I worry about.
Is that what you're recommending to your clients? Just more of that, the same thing that Chris Gray did, like that buy and hold long-term strategy? Or is it different for everyone?
We obviously want to add value to properties, that we want there to be something that we can do to increase the value. But like by and large, we're completely out of we have zero control of what happens at a national and an international level, like zero. So to not do something like not invest in property or whatever it is you're going to invest in because of what could happen in 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 years is just stupid. And I'm not rich enough to do that anyway. I couldn't just like stop now and be like, oh fuck, I'll just wait for everything to happen. I'm not Warren Buffett. I can't sit on fucking hundreds of billions of dollars worth of cash. And again, like it's a great example. It's like everyone looks at Warren Buffett now. It's like, oh, the other day he sold all of his BYD shares and he's sitting on more cash than he ever has. But it's like Warren Buffett is 90 something years old playing defense now, right? Go back to when Warren Buffett was 30 years old or 40 years old. Same as Ray Dalio, all these guys, they're not playing defense when they don't have the capital to play defense. They're trying to build their capital base. So that's what I'm focused on. It's like, what's the worst case scenario? Fuck knows. The world shits the bed. If I'm in trouble, lots of other people are going to be in trouble too. And what I've learned from when nationally we're in trouble or internationally we're in trouble, if you go back to COVID, it's like the government and the banks do everything in their power to make sure that if it's something that affects lots of people, they obviously want to do what they can to.
It's funny you say that because
to help.
That's the same way. That's the same way I think. They're there to bail you out when times are tough. When it affects the masses, right?
Because it affects them. I don't care about you. Because if it affects the masses, it affects their balance sheet and their P&Ls. They're like, what can we do to make sure our, risk is minimized as a bank? Yeah.
So given that property is going up kind of everywhere, are you doing what a lot of buyers agents do? Perth had a big run, then everyone went to Townsville, and then everyone's going to Melbourne. So are you just like, Newcastle's my crop?
Oh, we do Gold Coast. That's why I'm here. Like we do Brisbane, Gold Coast, Sydney, Newcastle, Central Coast, and Melbourne.
And then you're focusing on the value add side of things, or you
just best quality asset our clients can afford in those markets. So like in the Goldie, you need a minimum of $1 million to get something around here probably. Yep. And if you've got a bigger budget, you're probably burly heads. Yep. In Newcastle, same thing. You got 800 to $1 million, you're getting 15, 20K from you. You got a bigger budget, you're getting closer to the action. So we're focusing first on location, best quality asset we can buy for our money, and then ideally something that is not finished, something that needs work. So at least the value you're paying for the asset is going into the land that it sits on versus the dwelling, and then we'll go in there and make it beautiful and create some equity. But still, like your equity creation from a reno is a sugar hit that allows you to get into your next asset faster. The real money's made from holding that asset for the next 15, 20 years.